What is going on, chat? I apologise for being abhorrently late as per usual. I hate the tardiness, but sometimes circumstances, some say, conspire against you, especially when it's qualifying. For this, the British Grand Prix, Oh the Humanity, Tony, Macon, Visual, Russell B, Loki, Michael. You guys are legends. It's going to get chaotic, isn't it? A bit chaotic and all that. Oh, the humanity. I cannot wait. I'm energized and I'm here for a qualifying session. Did somebody say it was going to be dry? It's weird because as I look outside of my window being born or based in London, do you know what I mean? It's not a million miles away from Silverstone, this. However, the F2 race that Andrea Kimi Antonelli just won, put some respect on his name, was won in the wet, wasn't it? It was properly wet, meaning therefore we cannot expect it to be totally dry for qualifying. It will be damp and it will be cooling. It will be drying in real time. Will the Silverstone Grand Prix track? Therefore, it is clearing, Tony. It is indeed clearing and it will get techie today. Oh, the humanity. Who's going to nail this? You guys tell me in the chat. In fact, let's get our first cheeky poll out the way. What's going on, Brian from NYC, mate? Early doors there, 9 a.m. Jeez. You guys in North America, I'm telling you, unerring in your dedication and commitment to the sport. That's why it's a travesty of justice that they give us these bonkers prices, eh? It's a bit bloody daft. But you know what? Let's get into it. Right, you guys tell me, since you're infinitely greater and more knowledgeable in all things Formula One than I, tell me who's gonna nail this poll. From memory, the top four as far as the sports actuarials are concerned. It's between, am I gonna include Lewis in there? Lewis wasn't in the top four, I'll be honest with you. It was between Max, it was between Oscar, and it was between Lando. In the poll that I put out on the community tab on the channel, of course I included Lewis because I didn't want to get ratioed by Colt LH. What do you mean? There is agency in all this, always, each and every single time. Go on, let me get my metrics out, courtesy of what's going on, Dion. I hope you're well. What time is it over there? I think we're on the same time scale, aren't we? Dion from Cape Town. Let's go, Styley. I think Hamilton will surprise today. And again, he wants it to be wet and changeable conditions, doesn't he? Again, that suits him. He's a shark indeed. He's one Sir Lewis Carl Davidson Hamilton. Indeed, he swims very well in these changeable conditions waters, does he not? What's going, operator from? Well, I hope you're well. Listen, we're building over here. If it's not Max, it'll be Lewis. How about Lando? Put some respect on Lando No Win's name. Oscar Piastri too. The man from down under Australia. It doesn't matter. It's about pride for him, says Brian. Starley can't vote. I think Lewis. This is why I didn't include Lewis in the vote, Starley, for once. Because I am Paddy Power. I think Paddy Power have George Russell and Lewis both at 16-1, to be fair. I tell Porky's ever so slightly. 11:40 p.m. in Oz, says Brett. Let's go. You guys and the dedication. Anytime it's like Singapore or like Suzuka and I've got to wake up early, or the UK massive just start moaning, whereas you guys deal with these inhospitable conditions and dodgy wake-up times like more often than not, right? It's bonkers. F1 needs to be wary of that. Oh no, I accidentally hit George Russell. Like, zero chance it's Lando. Oh, Brian, oh the humanity. Zero, not zero surely. 9:40 a.m. Wake Forest, NC, North Carolina. Operator from L. Best thing about Silverstone, we're spared the Sky F1 morons. Oh the humanity. Channel 4 beating them like hands down. You know, I never ever tune into Channel 4. Never. I need to give them a go. DC's a legend, but I couldn't even tell you that other dude, Steve, what's his face? I don't even know about him. It's techie. Very, very techie. Operator 640 in California. Jeez. The levels from you guys. I'm telling you, it's My level, the extent to which I'm committed to this sport that we call Formula One, pales into comparison to you guys and the god tier waking up at 6:40 et al. If changing weather is anything based here in Leicester, the game changer is Slick's max territory, mate. It's coming, isn't it? And again, in London, as I look outside my window, it is dry now. We are 60 miles away in real time from Silverstone, being in Northampton. How cold is it there, says Tony. F1 guys are all bundled up. It's quite chilly. I think they're exaggerated a little bit. It's not. But again, I'm in London, aren't I? So UK weather is a very hard thing to meet for, engage in real time. Oscar maybe, but Lando wants it too much and will mess it up. My prediction, says Brian. Oh, do you want it's gonna get tricky? I think Oscar might be my cheeky outside hot pick, my hot take. Channel 4 snore, says Al Knowles. I don't hate it. Do me a favour and smash the like if you could, because it is gonna get techie. It's qualifying and it just has a different energy, doesn't it? What are they doing now? Naomi driving with George and Toto, and I don't care. I'm not even interested. All this should be fun, right? Feels like a George day, says Russell B. Oh, the humanity. There are stories aplenty in all this. What's going to happen between Lando and Max post Austria, lap 63, turn 3? Are they really friends now? Have they really talked about it, exchanged texts? Are they over that hump, or are we going to be doomed to repeat the mistakes of Christmas past? Because the FIA indeed haven't ever punished Max for perceived infringements on the rules as they are written. Crowding, erratic driving. How do they this is Andrea Stella's point of view, is it not? That ever since 2021, the FIA have done nothing but miss opportunities to clamp down on rule infringement. Lest we forget Fernando Plan Alonso in 2021 running wide at turn 3, deliberately knowing he was going to enhance for his track position in real time. What are we doing? Fernando Alonso 2 at the Austrian Grand Prix last weekend, turn 1, paid zero attention to track infringements on combined entry. What is the point, therefore? Come on, FIA. Mohammed Ben Sulayem does nothing except for talk positively about all the work they're doing, investing in grassroots et al. What are you doing, Mohammed Ben Sulayem? All these things are side quests. Your main mission, sir, is to police for the sport in real time in a way that's consistent and fair across related parties. How many times do we need to reiterate this, FIA, so-called regulatory body of the sport, each and every single time they drop the ball? What are we doing? Oh, the humanity. Sort out your life, Mohammed Ben Sulayem. How very dare you boast about all the good work that you've done. Grassroots. Teo Pourchaire, Felipe Drugovich, the most recent winners of F2, can't even get themselves a drive. And you're out here in your year-end review boasting about how you've been investing in grassroots. Behave yourself, Mohammed Ben Sulayem. What are you talking about, chap? What you are saying mismatches directly with the evidence in reality. You live in this parallel dimension, sir, where you just make it up as you go along. Real F1 fans are privy to the evidence that swims in the face of everything that you say. What are you doing here, mate? Your job, the remit, the scope of your job, again, is diametrically opposed to everything that you're doing in real time. How very dare you, Mohammed Ben Sulayem? I've had enough. Done. Scorched earth so soon. We are T-minus 16 minutes away from a qualifying session, and I've gone already. How dare you, Mohammed Ben Sulayem? F2 champions, the most recent ones of Teo Pourchaire and Felipe Drugovich, sat on the pit wall getting sacked from Arrow's McLaren, respectively. What are we doing? It's nonsense. How very dare you impose such anger on the Sheikh, says, mate, how very dare he impose such falsehoods on us as a fan base, as if indeed we are stupid, blind, averting our gaze from the truth. Said a gazillion times, and I will say it again for the avoidance of doubt, because it's very apropos now more than ever. I will never ever sacrifice truth and objectivity at the altar of partisanship. And that's what we're doing now. Therapeutic. Thank you so much. Is my dad. Listen, I'm trying. Somebody suggested that I need to do some voiceovers. I don't know. I think I'm too noddy. I don't think I have the talent nor the bandwidth requisite to do any audio books. But you know what I mean? Sometimes we've got to get rid of the shake and give it to Eddie Jordan, or Peter Windsor would be. Pete, I don't think he'd even want for it though. Quiz Peter Wind, if he was being truthful, he wouldn't want that. Chim Kimmy, no driver changes their driver style in 1 week. Lol. No, I think it's very rare that a driver changes their driver style over any period of time, any length. Name me one. Carlos Sainz maybe is adapting, becoming less oversteery, potentially. But who else has adapted? Max isn't going to. I mean, Visual, you're a legend. Thank you so much. Far too kind. Poll for Checo to make the... Oh, my God, Visual. As you wish, sir. That's going out now. I think the poll should be whether he can get out of Q1 even. Surely he's got to around this track. But he doesn't like the wet either, does he? His understeery style doesn't suit for it. Too techie. Hanson, they could be bluffing. Would they really quick sign Ricardo over Sainz? Yeah, this is getting techie now. We're talking about the Red Bull seat potentially. There's so much talk about everything. So Checo Perez underperforming. There will be performance metrics that he will have to meet round about now summer break settings. Similar to at the end of the season, they will gauge for how much he's underperformed and whether indeed they need to make a decision, have a difficult conversation. Of course, they need to consider the money that he's bringing into the circumstance. 30 million, if reports are to be believed, courtesy of Carlos Slim. 2, Mexican market is serious. The Latin American more broadly, as far as selling energy drinks, they've got to consider for all of these things. But yeah, and still, ultimately, the bottom line is this: he's underperforming materially, and he could cost Red Bull a Constructors' Championship. Sponsors would not like that. They are paying for visibility, and if they don't win the Constructors, of course, that means a downside ramification as far as the visibility of the logos on that RB20 car. So what do you do then if you are Christian Horner? When do you call time on Checo Perez, Mexican Minister of Defence's tenure at the Bulls that are red? We are T-minus 13 minutes away from a cheeky qualifying session. We're coming in hot here because I give zero fudges. Driver silly season is getting techie though. Danny Rick, is he the man for the job? Sub Danny Rick on from the subs bench into that Red Bull car. Oh, I don't know. I don't think that's the call. I will be honest with you guys. Danny Rick, Liam Lawson maybe, Carlos Sainz Jr. maybe. Smooth operator settings. It's all chaotic. There are so many different pieces that are still moving. This is an ever-evolving Rubik's Cube as far as driver silly season this season. It's very, very techie, this. Kimi getting a sprint win his first today because of the weather, but still a win. The 2 championship leaders DNF'd exactly. I saw Paul Aaron pulling up. I was gonna try and avoid it because I wanted to come in here hot and get myself a cheeky siesta. But again, I saw Kimi Antonelli in the lead and I was dipping in and out. And again, this comes on the eve of Toto Wolff and Kimi Antonelli's dad even saying that the dude needs to learn to swim in the cold water. What are you talking about? Put some respect on Kimi Antonelli's name, mate. That win could not be more timely. We are T-minus 12 minutes away from Q1. Getting dry. You can see clouds are clearing. Not that the weather forecast, again, it is clear for the next hour or so. I don't think we will get, but the clouds looks a bit drab, doesn't it? Although I think the clouds might clear. The weather forecast is dry for the next 60 minutes or so. No Rick Lawson. I don't hate it, Steve. I don't hate it. Liam in the Red Bull, though. Is that not Liam Lawson in the Red Bull over Carlos Sainz Jr. if he's still available? That for me is chaos. I want to see Carlos Sainz Jr. Can you imagine the chaos? Both Carlos Sainz Sr. and Jos Verstappen in the same garage at the same time. Oh, the humanity. This would be chaos. Carlos Sainz would be a fantastic rear gunner. Maybe 2 fantastic rear gunner. Could Carlos Sainz indeed challenge one Max Verstappen in real time? Potentially. These are all questions that I want to see asked. It would be good for F1. Bernie Eccleston, get involved. Chap, make this happen. Danny needs to lose his seat and be promoted to VP of RB marketing. Oh, the humanity. What are we doing here, Coyote? How art thou, lazy engineer? Thought, honestly, it's going to get techie. Neck minute, Sergeant. Uncle buys Williams to keep his seat. Sergeant's on his way out. I just read something about James Vale saying that he might lose his seat this year, mid-year. And I think that would be apropos. We've got no time for laggards. A team is only as good as its weakest link, is it not? And as far as weak links go, Logan Sargent, Logie, legend of Williams, is a very weak one, is he not? What are we doing? Helmut Marko made it very clear. Max and Sainz in the same team will not happen. And there is a reason for that, Joe. Because F1 history doesn't repeat, but sometimes some say it does rhyme, meaning that 2015-16, when they were both at Toro Rosso, there's the story that's oft-trotted out that they didn't collide, they didn't work well together. Jos Verstappen and Carlos Sainz Sr. aren't necessarily good, cosy bedfellows even. They don't get on. They both want the best for their driver, and those two outcomes, are they not mutually exclusive? Both of them want to win, and they both cannot win. This is a truism. So Hobson's choice, it's Hobson's choice of sorts for that seat, isn't it? Carlos Sainz is the best one. Give him it if he's available, therefore. However, they've got to pay him. There's all these other obstacles. They've got to pay him. Is he going to get along well with Max Verstappen, rub him up the wrong way? Would it be too challenging as a second driver? Do you want to even sacrifice the harmony, for acrimony potentially in the garage? Would Christian Horner even want to engage in that? Does he not have too many plates spinning already in the Jos Verstappen, Max Verstappen, Christian Horner love triangle? It's techie, isn't it? 330 if you're watching concurrently. Do me a favour, por favor, and smahoosh that like button, lest you want the YouTube algorithm to think that we're out here talking nonsense. Forgive Cameron Lord, for he knows not what he does. Going to get techie. We are T-minus 8 minutes away from a cheeky qualifying session, and I am here for it. Inject it into my veins. The track is dry. Is that Nick DeVries Is that Nick DeVries in the audit? No, it's not Nick DeVries. It looks exactly like him. They could be twins. There are two reasons. One, Max versus Carlos in season 1. 49 versus 18. So Max destroyed Carlos and Max was a rookie. It seems, number 2, the Sainz family has a hissy fit that Marko wasn't having. So here's what it was, Jay. Here's what I read. And again, courtesy, T-minus 8 minutes away from a cheeky qualifying session. And I'm here for it. Inject it into my veins. Drying track, changeable conditions. Oh, the humanity. How do you like your Formula One? Harking back to 2015-16, I can't remember which, when Max Verstappen and Carlos Sainz were both in Toro Rosso. It was a time I feel like they sent Max out too late for qualifying. Jos Verstappen said, why would you send him out too late? He's only 10 years old. He doesn't need that pressure. Get him a banker lap. The response from Franz Tost, who was team principal of Toro Rosso at the time, was we act uniformly as a team. Jos Verstappen was like, what do you mean? My son's young. He needs a different level of support. Don't act in this uniform way. You need to optimise for him. He could be one of the greatest ones, but you've got to bring him along. Give him every chance of maximising for his not insubstantial potential. Then Helmut Marko intervened and told the crew, you lot work for me. I tell you to do something in Max Verstappen's image with a view to optimise for his chances of dropping it on pole or getting 25 points. And you listen to me. This is what Helmut Marko said. Ignore Franz Tost. You lot work for me. This is the child member team as RB Visa Cash App or Alpha Tauri or Toro Rosso as they were then. You lot work for me. Listen to me, therefore. Otherwise, Max Verstappen will sack this off and go and sign with another team. They listened to him and some of them got sacked. Helmut Marko, though, being the Red Bull GmbH consultant that he was then, went and got these guys who were sacked by Franz Tost for not listening to him other jobs at Red Bull. They had to do what was best for Max Verstappen. This was his team, therefore. How do you infiltrate for that then if you are Carlos Sainz Jr. without causing rancor and acrimony? It's going to get techie, ladies and gents. I feel like Carlos Sainz Jr. is He is the pole. He should be the pole sitter based on meritocracy. But he said himself recently on the Nude Project podcast that F1 is more than just meritocracy. How good you are. It's all about timing, all about politics, all about with whom you foster rapport. You've got to bear these things in mind when you think of the causality pie that is F1. Who does best and gets into the best seat is more than just who's the best driver. And I think Carlos Sainz Jr., as at July 2024, finds himself a victim of these very same circumstances that he describes so eloquently, that he colours so eloquently with his words, being a god-tier intellectual F1 driver on the Nude Project. Oh, the irony. Oh, the humanity. Getting techie. Track looks like it's dry. And I told you, Tony, you read the commit. And listen, if you guys want to join as members, I try and send out at least one newsletter each and every single week where I speak to all things F1. We can talk. There is now the Discord server where we continue having these conversations, going back and forth. You guys can tell me how much of an idiot and a noddy F1 mind I am. Intro music. Roll the intro music, says Jay. Look at me getting hyper. Pause for breath, Cameron. What are we doing here? 416 likes. Only 194. He's got it the wrong way around. What's he doing? Smash the like. I say all that to say smash the like. Por favor, let's slowly start excited. Mate, I'm coming in hot. What are these rumours of Danny Rick replacing Checo Perez spread all across the internet? Well, apparently someone called Cameron F1 yesterday morning put out a video called... the title verbatim is Checo Perez is finished. I've been calling this for ages, not to give myself the old proverbial pat on the back, but how long can you carry? How long can you account for and work around the material underperformance of Checo Perez over the past 5 races? For every 7 points that Maximilian Verstappen has scored, Checo Perez has scored 1. What is that? You're going to struggle, eh? This is the final stages of this rule and reg set. How can you can't carry that chap, the Mexican Minister of Defense. Is even worthy of that name. Turkey was 2 years ago now. Abu Dhabi 2. I haven't seen that dude do anything as far as performance for the longest time. And F1 being a sport where what have you done for me lately is all that matters. Come on, Checo. You were god tier once upon a time. I remember him winning from the back that time under fortuitous circumstance. He was a brilliant driver back in the day. Lost his mojo, however. That's the headline as far as Checo Perez. And this was always going to be the way. Christian Horner has been backing him ad infinitum over the past couple of race weekends. Yeah, Checo started off brilliant over the first 5 races. He was fantastic. He just needs to get his mojo back. This was Christian Horner's tone. However, post free practice, he had something different to say. That there was a material paradigm shift in the Red Bull team principal's tone, wasn't it? All of a sudden it was different. Listen, we thought giving him a contract would help him, that his performance, there would be an uptick in his performance, and there hasn't been one. Of course, F1 is a sport in which you have to deliver, ergo we will be having conversations. Martin Brundle pitched it at Christian Horner. Do you regret the timing of your extending his contract? Christian Horner responded, bloody Nora, mate, do you want to go easy on the question? Way to cut through right to the bone, Martin. How about that, chap? And then he continued, there are things whenever we're negotiating with drivers that we don't disclose to the public. In brackets unsaid, there will be performance clauses, meaning that we have our way and exit out. If we want to sack off Checo Perez, as always with the balls that are red, there will be an out. Team and honest 1 minute away from a qualifying session. And if you can't tell, I'm amped. There was something very covert about Horner signing Perez's extension. Only explanation, mate, there was a debt of gratitude to be paid. And a Horner always pays his debts per Lannisters of Game of Thrones, right? There were 2 F1 drivers in those Red Bull seats, only one of whom backed him unequivocally in his time of need around peak oil Christian Horner allegation gate. Driver has a name. His name is Checo Perez of Mexico. Mexican Minister of Defense. What do you mean? That was the reason why he got the 1+1 deal. What do we mean? Nobody said that. But again, on this channel, we like to connect the F1 dots. Not a pufferneer. This is proper deep dive investigative journalism, pseudo investigative F1 journalism. What are we talking about? Horner is Perez's manager, so commission for Horner we've signed. There's other things in there on, you know, 30 million's worth of Carlos Slim sponsorship, plus Red Bull like to sell themselves some drinks in that part of the. Well, there are other things that we need to take into consideration, but ultimately the bottom line is this: Checo Perez can barely get out of Q1. These days, 11 points over the next 15 points, over the last 5 races. What are we doing as versus Max Verstappen, who, by the way, is driving the same bloody car? 101 points. What are we doing? It's ridiculous. Unacceptable. Horner is the horniest horn dog. Seashells on the seashore. Visual, you're testing my intonation, right? My elocution skills, which are not the greatest these days as I get old. Raymond says, success, Perez. The green light is on. We have ourselves a Q1. It's going to get techie here. It is going to get a bit techie, I'm telling you. Let's see if we can get ourselves some cheeky, courtesy of our mates over at Multiviewer, get ourselves some cheeky metrics using which we can add value each and every single time to our broadcast. Support them because they support us. If you like such things, go and give them a download. Tell them that I sent you. You know, it all helps. They are gods here. Right, breathe, Cameron. Whilst we get ourselves some qualifying metrics up, it's going to get techie over here. Let me do a cheeky transition on the old OBS, and then let me do one of these. Oh, Ted Kravitz saying that Red Bull are worried about McLaren, as they should be. I was just seeing that they've upgraded their wing. They've got like lower downforce, which means that they should be quicker going through the speed trap than they have been. They've got the new front wing, haven't they? Which again enhances their strengths, which were previously their weaknesses, going through slower turns, right? And there's a couple of them. There are not many of them round here, but there are a couple of them. The final turn is quite slow. Oh, it's going to be. Oh, I cannot wait for this. I think we are privileged here. You know, F1's done one of these, hasn't it? Hiroshima, like a mushroom cloud settings. It's just gone gangbusters. What am I doing? Right, we need ourselves a track map. And then we need ourselves... Come on, we need to get ourselves some metrics. Sort out your life, Cameron. Let's get this timing on the go. Come on. Let's go. Let us go. Oh, the humanity. Who else is nervous here? I'm like sweating, mums. Botch the lyrics, why don't you, Cameron? Yeah, you could never be a rapper, chap. Palm sweaty, mom spaghetti, B rabbit, 8 mile settings. Go on and let's get this on the go. Crofty saying there are dark clouds, getting techie. However, Martin Bunder disagrees, saying it's not far off slicks. 577 you're watching can currently do me a favour. Q1 on inters, Q2 on slicks. Go on then, let's see what's going on. Bit too damp for slicks, says Brundles. That's why they're all out on inters. Oh, the humanity. It's going to get tech. I think it's one of those ones where the track's going to continue to evolve. They need to get bankers in though, lest they want to fall vulnerable, be vulnerable to changeable conditions, right? They've got to go and get these banker laps in the event that it rains later on in the session. Q3 will get techie. This is Q1 though, and there are 14 minutes on the clock left. Hence why all the drivers are currently out trying to get themselves banker laps in. What are you saying, Tung Tung? I hope you're good. Nate, you're a legend. Come on, Lewis, Nate. God, dude. Mate, can you imagine he drops it on pole? However, I don't think the fact that it's drying and the track is evolving in real time, session by session, helps Lewis. Lewis would have been praying to the racing gods for more rain, would he not? Q1 and inters, Q2 on slick, says Tony. I think that's a good shout. 600 of you watching concurrently, do me a favour and smash the like. Dark Cloud Horner. Oh, the humanity, you guys killing me. Right, let's go. Lots of spray. Go on, let me get my visuals up. Peter Windsor's always cursing me for paying too much attention to the metrics in real time and not looking at what's going on the track. Zhou Guan Yu, currently in first. Bottas in second. What's going on? Well, all right, so that's all going to change, isn't it? imminently. It will change. Do me a favour and smash the like if you could. It all helps the channel. I'm going to keep going on about it until you guys smash that like button. 88 likes. What are we doing, chat? What are we doing? Of course we have cars on track sedan. It's going to get techie. This track is going to dry, says candidate. It's another case of the brave going on the slicks. I think the cut-off point will happen between sessions though. I think Q2 is when you're going to start to see slicks. You won't see slicks. Oh, Lando power sliding. Go easy, Lando, mate. What are we doing here? You don't want to do that, chaps. Keep it on the black stuff, mate. I mean, here we go. There's a Max Verstappen 137.5. Remember he said that he was going to show his hand imminently. What are we doing? Bloody Nora. Holy smoke. Let's have a gander. Right. I need you guys to smash the like. Tony, is it broken really? Not my feed. Genki, what's going on, mate? 12 minutes, 45 seconds remaining. 213 of you watching concurrently. Do me a favour and smash. It's going to get techie, this. We have ourselves a qualifying session. I'm nervous. Why do I always get nervous for these things? It's going to get chaotic. I have no visuals. You, my friends, are my eyes this time, says Raymond, and I will do my best endeavours to tick your box, sir. Right, let's have a gander. Let's get some. Oh, wow. Brundle's getting in his bag, isn't he? Talking about feelings, saying that your eyes are the last thing to tell you that you're about to oversteer. That the most acute sensors, the most sensitive ones that you have as an F1 driver are in your back, in your butt. Your eyes are the last ones to understand the circumstance in real time. If you've fallen foul of a cheeky bit of oversteer, it's going to get tech here. Oh my God, I'm nervous. This is a serious qualifying session, chat. And imagine it's going to be dry in Q3. Oh, the humanity. What are we doing? Light buttons broke, says Tony. Genki, I'm nervous too, says Sedan. I'm depressed. No one is smashing that like button. Genki, get in there, mate. Like, do you know what I mean? Let me get my cheeky... Right, I need to do one of these. Right, let's go. And breathe, Cameron. No, we don't want to do that. It's far too much. Technical difficulties. Always. All right, and breathe. Okay, who have we got then? Eyes and ears, Raymond. We have ourselves currently sat in the drop zone for this, the first qualifying session of the British Grand Prix. Hulkenberg, K-Mag, Ricciardo, Sargent, Gasly. That's in reverse chronological order. And again, Bottas just outside of the drop zone. Both Aston Martins. Then you've got Joe Granier in 12th, 11th, Esteban Ocon. Where are Mercedes? All the way at the top. Oh my God, is it time for slicks? It is time for slicks. All eyes on Charles Leclerc then, who's just been brave enough to drop on slicks. It could be all change in this, the first qualifying session of the Silverstone Grand Prix. Let's have a look. How's he doing? Currently on his out lap. All eyes will be on Charles Leclerc to see if he betters his lap with a current best of 137.8. Currently, his sector 1, 31.008. Let's see if he can best that this time round. Oh, the humanity. We have ourselves tyre offset circumstance. Gonna be techie. Ted Kravitz regurgitating the legend Ken Tyrrell saying, if it's raining, dries. If it's not raining, sorry, if it's raining, fit wets. If it's not raining, fit dries. It's more techier than that though, this situation. It's a bit more nuanced, I think. What's the track doing? Is it damp still? 201 if you're watching concurrently. Do me a favour. 115 likes. What are we doing? What's going on here? What? Come on. Do yourselves a favour. All eyes on Charles Leclerc now as he's on his out lap. Let's see how he fares having fit slicks. So too has Valtteri Bottas. Brave pill settings. Let's see how he it's going to get techie this. I'm telling you, risky indeed. It's going to get both Ferraris. No, only one Ferrari just now. Carlos Sainz still on Inters. Go on then, Charles Leclerc. Let's be having you, mate. Let's see how you get on. Still on his outlap. Is it? What's going on? All right, here he goes. Yellow microsectors first time round. He'll be going for it now. Yellow again. He's not improving thus far. K-Mag, however, on Inters is green, green, green. Currently drops it on 6th. Uh-oh. We have a purple sector from Charles Leclerc. A purple microsector, even another purple microsector. 31008 was his quickest last time round set. Oh my God, he's gone purple again. 31044. So he's slower sector 1 still. Oh, the humanity. He's going yellows. It's not ready for dries, I don't think. Yellows microsector from Charles. Now he goes purple again. It's techie, isn't it? It's one of those ones at different time. The track is drying in different places at different rates, right? Green microsector. Sector 2 fastest from Charles Leclerc was a 39.715. Let's see how he goes this time round. 39.715 is the sector time to beat. Go on then, Charles. Let's be having you, chap. 39.71. 40.1. He's way off. It's not time, chap. It's not time. He's going purple this sector though. Go on then. 27.316 was Charles Leclerc's quickest sector 3 last time round. Brundle keeps talking about it's more than ready, but Charles Leclerc in real time is lapping slower than he was. 27.316. Checo Perez. What were we saying about Checo Perez underperformance? All eyes for now though. Isn't on Checo Perez doing what Checo Perez does. 27.3. Oh my God, Checo's out of qualifying. Bear with. All right, look, he's gone off. 27.3 is the sector 3 time to beat for Charles. Has he sacked it off and gone in? Oh my God, he didn't even do it. Look at that. He sacked it off. It's not time for dries. Go on then, Checo Perez. Did you get out of Q1, Checo? Are you going to get out of Q1, Checo? Are we improving in real time, incrementing for our continuous improvement, Checo? Or is this yet another material underperformance? Mexican Minister of Defence? We're going to have ourselves a serious conversation, aren't we? Go on then, Christian. Get that chap, formerly known as the Mexican Minister of Defence, in a room and have a serious conversation, because that level of material underperformance this frequently now is absolutely unacceptable, because the downside, the downstream ramifications even, is that you leave Maximilian Verstappen vulnerable. Absolutely, Chim, you're a legend. Thank you so much, Fartukon. They always mention the corner names, but how often do they mention Hamilton Straight throughout the weekend? It's a good shout, you know. I love that. I think they will get it in. They were talking about it earlier on, Chim, around the arrogance, the intellectual snobbery. It always comes to the surface. They refer to Hanger Straight, Hamilton Straight, Luffield, Church, Village, Cops, like all of them. For some reason, turn 1 and turn 3 don't make it at Silverstone. But again, remember, Silverstone is steeped in history, right? The first ever Formula One Grand Prix was held where? At Silverstone, back in 1950. You know what I mean? Go on, and let's talk about Checo. Because again, listen, leopards don't change their spots, do they? Man under pressure, Croft, the understatement of the year, chap. What are we doing? Checo Perez. And again, it's made worse when you consider the guys that are waiting on the sideline, being, of course, Teo Pourchaire, Liam Lawson, Jack Doohan. What are we doing? Danny Rick will be looking at Checo Perez in real time, saying, what about me? Yuki Tsunoda too, for Pete's sake. This is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, you need to get pushed back, Checo Perez. What are you doing? Mexican Minister of Defence. Are you worthy of that moniker anymore, chap? I do not think so. Strip him of his pimp card. Christian Horner, have a conversation with him. You are holding up the bandwagon. Formula One is worse now for the presence of Checo Perez. It's ridiculous. And I like Checo Perez. You hear me talking disparaging about him, but I say that with love. If I didn't rate him as a Formula One driver, it would be unfair of me to be so harsh. How many times has that dude not got out of Q1? Now look, he's going to get out qualified by Logan Sargent again in a Williams. This will be the 5th or 6th time now ever in the history of Formula One that he's been out qualified by a Williams driven by Logan Sargent. That, ladies and gents, friends and families, absolutely unacceptable. What are we doing, Checo Perez? What are we doing? Look how stupid this mistake is. What is he doing? Brake, chap. Like, manage this. Didn't you realise that the couldn't change? Oh, my God. What a numpty. Who is this chap? Just get it's done. Sakaro, Checo, done. Caput, Gonzo. Leave it alone. Please step away from the F1 car, chap. You're being charged for crimes to Formula 1, to the balls that are red, to Maximilian Verstappen. What are we doing? You leave Max Verstappen, your teammate, now vulnerable to the pincer movement of the papaya-coloured car in the hands of Oscar Piastri and Lando that Norris is. What are we doing? Yeah, Checo Perez, it's not good enough, mate. It's not good enough. Christian Horner is right now, but he's a day short. He's a day late and $1 short in his decision making. Christian, the balls that are red. That's your guy that you extend for a further 2 years, a 1 year base with an option for an additional year. Behave yourself. Yeah, walk back with your head down in shame, Checo. It's only right, man. Like, what are we doing here? This is ridiculous. Get rid of Checo already. Can you imagine Maximilian Verstappen? Already now, Checo makes Max's weekend harder. Piastri behind. Imagine, let's hypothesize for a second. Max drops it on pole. Look at this. Look at the incident. What does he do? Listen, if you need a driver, Red Bull, you can't get out of Q1. Just sub me in. Drop me a detail. I can do that. I can allow myself to be out qualified by Logan Sargent. This is nonsense. Can they pull me forward, says Checo. The indignity. You got to have more shame. Look at that. Oh my gosh, the pathetic fallacy. Danny Rick nearly has the same incident and then slowly wanders past Checo in the gravel, beached like a whale. Yeah, you have a look. You have a look back, Checo. Yeah, this is your F1 career that's sailing by you, chap. And sadly, look, this is a joke. It's expensive placeholder classic. You are right, sir. What are we doing? But no, but what are we doing really here? This is nonsense. F1 baloney. Do me a favour and smash the like as I'm about to go scorched or. What are we talking about? Risk of rain towards the end of the first. This is bonkers. What an unbelievable. It's a joke. I'm lost for words all of a sudden. Buyer's remorse in Horner's heart. Of course he has to have that. But we said in real time that he didn't deserve it. And now sometimes the chickens have to come home to roost, right? You for your noddy low level decision making, sometimes you gotta there is a price, a penalty, a tax to be paid even. Make on, you're a legend. I need to get it shaped up. All of this is a mess, but I haven't had time. It had to we've got a placeholder trim for Cameron F1. Zach Satopa share from Indy before he even settled it. I know there's this. I don't like it. I don't like the way, the direction F1's going. I'll be honest with you. The red end Q1. Smashing the like, says Lazy. Do me a favour. 133 likes only. Do me a favour and smash the like. As Ted Kravitz reports, we are getting spots of rain. Oh, the humanity. Truly sad watching a career dissolve in front of our eyes. But he's got the opportunity. He can fix for that. He doesn't even look match ready. Tyson, you're an absolute legend, sir. Thank you so much for your generosity out here. Gifting memberships. What are we doing? Oh, the humanity. Thank you, Tyson. I appreciate you, sir. Listen, Checo's Perez Stoica. I don't know what that means, Baker. I hope I haven't read out something that could get me cancelido. All right, look. And by the way, who does Danny Rick think he is? What's he doing weaving around in the pit stop? Only gets a reprimand. What are we doing? Yeah, joke. As Lance Stroll gets noted for leaving a pit lane. Police these things properly in real time, surely. FIA, regulatory body. I'm done. I sound like a broken record. There are themes, right, that we keep coming back to of late because F1 doesn't like to take action. Checo Perez's material underperformance being the soft, vulnerable underbelly of the balls that are red. FIA incompetence in extremis. Ad infinitum. Mohammed Ben Sulayem testifying anything but that. Thinking that he is front and centre as Beyonce to Lando Norris, Maximilian Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton's Kelly Rowland. What are we doing? Get out of your own way, Mohammed Ben Sulayem. How about you sit back and understand the remit of your role properly? Chill out, mate. What are we doing? Danny and Perez in with Sainz and Lit. Justin, it's got to be Sainz at this stage. What are we doing? It's got to be Do you know what I mean? It's got to be Carlos Sainz, surely. Christian Horner will be on the blower right now as we speak to Carlos Sainz Sr. If he's not, then he wants to have a word with himself, as we are green light, 7 minutes 18 seconds on the clock. It's going to get techie. Oh my gosh, look at the skies in Northamptonshire. There will be, so that exactly, Crofty elucidates, it will be a race against time. They will have a couple of minutes to smash out a lap on the red labelled soft compound dry tyres, race against time. Get out. That's why you see them queuing up in the pits, because again, this is time bound. How do you like your F1? Techie, stakes, risks. It's going to get, yeah, Zach Brown says it. I think you got to hurry up. So why is Lando taking his time? Come on, Lando. Get moving, chap. You've not got long, a couple minutes. Expect then the order to do the switcheroo. Currently in your drop zone for Q1, Hulkenberg, Ricciardo, Sargent, Gasly, Bottas. Where is Perez? Still in temps, so Perez might be all right. I'm keen to see how this story develops. Can Checo Perez, having DNF'd in Q1, the very first session of the British Grand Prix, can he out-qualify Logan Sargent, or does Logan Sargent put another name on his board? Having out-qualified already Checo Perez, career to date, at least 4 or 5 times. What are we doing? Oh, the humanity. How do you like your Formula One? Dummy thinks, Hulk better get going or he's going to get messed over. They all need to get going, right? The rain is coming. It's dry for now. The wind has picked up. However, where's the wind coming in for? 15.8 kilometers coming in from the north side. Track temperatures 21.2 degrees Celsius. Air ambiance 13.9. 70% humidity. That's got to be wrong. I don't believe that. Go on then. Currently in your drop zone, Hulk, Ricciardo, Sargent, Gasly, Bottas. Bottas just gone purple though. Look at that. They're all going to be going. It's going to be like Purple Village at the moment. Dry tyres. Although they need to be careful of the rain. No rain for now. 29.1. Valtteri Bottas just going purple. Purple microsectors for Valtteri in sector 2. Oh, the humanity. I think somebody's going to be caught left holding the baby here. You know, I'll be honest with you. They need to be quick. Get these laps in. Pronto, ASAP. Do me a favour and smash a like. Track still dry for now. No rain. You can see top right of your screen, eh? Up here somewhere. I think. Or maybe you can't. I haven't put it up there. But it is not raining. I'll keep you up to date. Currently, runners and riders. First, you've got Hamilton, Russell, Piastri, Verstappen, Norris, K-Mag, Leclerc, Albon, Lance Stroll, Perez. But all this will change as Valtteri Bottas goes pole. Look at that. Pole, provisional pole, if indeed there is such a thing in Q1, 132.4. It's going to be purple, but no one else is going purple. Oh, the humanity. Has Valtteri Bottas nailed it? Alonso goes purple sector 2. Nobody else is going. Oh, Piastri's just gone purple sector 2. Okay, so there is purples. Oh, Hulkenberg goes, but there's going to be a lot of madness going on here. Piastri's about to go provisional pole, if indeed that is such a thing, in Q1. Having gone put loads of purple microsectors all over. So too Lando. He's going to go up there. Alonso goes second. Currently in your drop zone. Oh my God. With 3 minutes and 35 seconds remaining. Piastri goes first. 130.895. Crofty elucidates perfectly. The dry line is only going to get drier unless we have ourselves some rain. As at now, with 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining, there is no rain in sight. Oh, the humanity. Max is off. No way, Steve. Don't. I do not believe it. Oh, he's going to keep that running though. Oh my gosh. Oh, the humanity. That says all that you need to know. If Max is going off, blimey. Go on then. Where's Max at the moment? Currently not at risk. Well, kind of at risk in 11th. He was going purple though. He might need to go faster than that. 137.4. Oh, the humanity. With 2 minutes 46 remaining. Carlos Sainz wanted to go again in the bottom 5, currently 16th. In your drop zone, Danny Rick, Sargent, Gasly, Tsunoda, Carlos Sainz. Oh, the humanity. Purples all over the shop. Max Verstappen is going to have to abandon that. Come in, put on a brand new set of soft compound tyres. You can't be efficient anymore. Oh my God. Max Verstappen down to 13th. Oh no, Max. This is going to get techie now. You'll need another lap, and that's a waste of tyres, right? Normally, Max does brilliantly at saving himself a fresh set of soft compound tyres. Going to have to use an extra set. Currently, oh my gosh, rain is starting to fall. Oh my God. All right, oh my gosh, Max is in the drop zone in 15th, and it's raining. Oh my days. All right, so look, in 20th, in your drop zone, this is techie. Your boss is going faster. Personal best times 1 minute 47 seconds. Max is going to need good fortune here. Otherwise, it's going to be gonzo. Oh my days. Although, could he go in the book? No, it's raining. Let's have a look. Love the rain, says Loki. What caught Max out is that it's changing in real time. He thought last time round that was a dry piece of the track, but it's raining and it caught him out. Changeable conditions, they say, is the hardest conditions in which to drive because you don't know where the grip's going from between up, 29.1. Cops is where it's most wet, right onto the contour. 36 point. Oh, Max is going quickly here though. Purple. 36.987, sector 2 for Max. He's going to go higher than 15th. He will best his last lap time. Oh my gosh, Sainz down in 17th with 1 minute on the clock. This is techie. How's Max going? 36.9. Oh, Max Verstappen pulls it out, doesn't care. Sainz 2 pulls it out, goes second. Rain is still falling. Your drop zone. Okay, Max looks like he's safe over humanity. Techie there. But you see, pulls it out, eh? Just goes. Logan Sargent, 20th drop zone. Although he's going green, look at that. Gasly, Tsunoda, Perez, Albon in your drop zone. Is Sargent going to beat Checo Perez, the man formerly known as the Mexican Minister of Defense? Again, Stroll goes up into second. Oh my gosh. It's dry, but it's rain and it's drying again. Purple all over the shop for Lewis Hamilton. I think he's about to drop it on provisional pole. Purple sector 2, 35.670 from Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, this is Lewis Hamilton territory, is it not? Changeable condition settings. He's a shark in these changeable condition waters. Is one Sir Lewis. Carl Davidson Hamilton. Put some respect on his name, thou shalt. About to jump to the top of the leaderboard, having put in 2 purple sectors. Here he is. 129.547 from Lewis Hamilton. How do you mean? Put some respect on that chap's name. And do me a favour, whilst you're there doing that, smahoosh the like button. It's going to get techie here. Currently in your drop zone then, no surprises. Yuki Tsunoda, Ocon, Danny Rick, Perez, obviously. No surprises, he said. Gasly, Logan Sargent once again has outqualified Sergio Checo Perez. Make that 5. Christian Horner, you want to have some serious conversations with your guy, Mexican Minister of Defense. Although you could argue that it's your fault. Is this not the chickens coming home to roost? Make silly decisions in F1 and get silly outcomes. The margins are far too fine. LH on first for this. Indeed, LH is on first. Lewis Hamilton will be praying then now to the F1 gods for these conditions to ensue. He just wants this to carry on, right? Changeable condition settings. And I don't hate it because he's got a chance of getting on pole. Oh my God. And that was just Q1, says Nanaki. Honestly, it's going to get techie. 3, 4, 6 of you watching good currently. And I'm losing my mind. Come on, Shaw. There you go, Kyori. Yeah, Ferrari are all right. All of a sudden they're fast, or are they not? And breathe, Cameron, as we watch Tsunoda going round. I don't think he does it, does he? Oh yeah, he does do it. Tsunoda again makes his case. Is there a seat going at Red Bull, Christian? That's what Tsunoda will be saying. Again, Tsunoda, in what's supposed to be a weaker package, roundly out-qualifying. No, Lando Norris isn't out. Behave yourself, 13th. Although it's a good shout. I didn't see that it was so low. Again, he's taking a risk with his life there, hasn't he, Lando? But again, go on and let's have a look at tyre usage. Who's made it through most efficiently? Oof. Lando's only used 1 set of softs. Oof. Lando looks a bit strong right about now, doesn't he? Hulk's only used 1 set of soft as well. Oh, 4 laps on 1 set of soft from Lando. He's looking a bit strong, is Lando. Already thinking about the race. Techie, as Crofty says on the weather, that the dark clouds might be moving. The track might be drying between now and the end of Q3. Go on then. Is that That is Lando. Just looking at the tyre usage, Lando's only used one set of soft compound and one set of inters. Everyone else, bloody Nora, Lando's looking a bit stronger. Although Maximilian Verstappen has also used only one set of soft. Didn't even, after having that cheeky run off, didn't even go back in and change. Just carried on, cracked on, pulled out that 11th lap, that lap that puts him in 11th even on scrubbed soft compound. They just carried on. Deemed that he didn't even need to come back. And it was quite close though. 131.3 from Max. In 16th, 132 for, well, it wasn't that close, was it? Second. He had a second worth of breathing room. Hulkenberg only having used. See, my problem now, look at, to be fair, most of them only use one set of soft. But then something funny going on with Mercedes, where it looks like they use two sets of soft. And breathe. It's a bit mad, this, isn't it? Breathe, Cameron. Jesus. Ha! Lando 13th. Sargent out qualified. Perez again. 7th time, is it, Jay? I miscount. I misspeak. What are we doing? Horner will justify that. Max went off there too. No. You will see a very different tone from Christian Horner. That's too much. How many times can you not get out of Q1 and still justify that dude having a 2-year contract? What are we doing? Perez job is on the line. Absolutely. That's what we're talking about now. Every time we think the Checo Perez story is reaching it, it doesn't reach it. It reaches new lows. James Brown says rain. I say not. Oh shoot, it is raining. You are right. I need to get something up here, don't I? It is raining. You are right. Let me do something. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh no. Right, what we need is a cheeky bear with. We need to see what's going on with rain, don't we? And I'm going to get it up here now. It is indeed raining again. You guys need to see that. And I'm going to try and get it. What are they arguing about? Esteban not happy. Oh wow, we're looking at Max Verstappen's Red Bull. Looks like it's damaged. Do you want to get more how do you like your F1 chat? This is like the levels of chaos. I mean, what are we doing? Zach Brown being commended for his very astute. Zach Brown saying that they had it in the bag, never in doubt, didn't need to carry on pushing. Zach being asked what the weather forecast is. Oh, right, whatever. Okay. So now you guys can see in the top right, hopefully, whether it's raining or not. Whatever. Come on, we move. Stop trying for perfection, Cameron. Jim, you're far too generous, by the way. I appreciate you, man. All of your guys' support, even if you're just watching and not supporting or whatever, it's all supporting. It all matters. It all helps. I'm telling you. Trying to take this channel to the moon in 2024. You know what I mean? Stroll passes a red light. Yeah, Lance Stroll, Fernando Alonso are going to get looked at. And again, FIA want to be a bit stronger with this, don't they? They've been a bit weak. Danny Rick weaving around in the pit like risking lives. What are you doing? Makes no sense. Oh, Lance. Red means stop, Lance. What are we doing, chap? Red means stop. Coin says F1 is 80% psychological, mental. I think Toto is adding pressure to Kimi to see if he cracks. He's got to swim, hasn't he? Thought that was an interesting turn of phrase for Toto to use. He's got to learn how to swim. For the water in F1 is very cold. Zach, the biggest Pride parade fan on the grid. Oh my gosh. Ron, what do you mean by that, chap? 132 likes, says Vladius. 390 views as we start Q2. Let's go. Fernando Alonso is indeed not himself. Look at him. Again, well, let's see. I'm not going to cast judgment on Fernando El Plan Alonso just yet. Not just yet. Not just yet. Come on then. Oh, I'm brave. And you brave. Let's go. Let me do one of these. Let me see if I... Technical difficulties. Go on then. We are 14 minutes remaining of Q2. This is going to get chaotic, isn't it? Is it raining? No, it's not raining. As you guys can see, top right of your screen. Technical difficulties in North Carolina. Not sure how well I'll be able to stay with you, Tony. Hang in there, sir, mate. You can, yeah, we'll catch up. Promise. Matt, are you from Solihull? Very close, Matt. Same area of the world. You can hear the Birmingham in my accent. If you watch Peaky Blinders, you will hear it proper. Lanced Wimbledon. Oh my gosh. That time of year, eh, Macon? It is that time of year. I watched a cheeky tennis game yesterday. Alcaraz versus somebody. You have never... Tiafimo? I can't remember the chap's name. Good match though. Alcaraz is a bit differently. The Max Verstappen of tennis, some say. Bloody Hindenburg levels. Oh, the humanity team. Somebody said that I should never say, oh, the humanity again. Because what it incites, what it invokes was a tragedy, and that's true. But allow me some poetic license, surely. Like, what are we doing? I mean, life and everyday reality is far too serious for us not to leverage some poetic license and be a bit creative with our linguistic abilities, surely. What are we doing? All right. So currently no rain. Changeable conditions, eh? What did we say about Lewis Hamilton going well around here? That he swims very adeptly in these very murky waters. What are we doing here? Going to get techie as we are into Q2 now. Cars on track per sedan. French Bonaparte says his daddy will buy Wimbledon too. Oh my gosh. How very dare you. Put some respect on the Stroll's name. Although Lance Stroll tends to go well in changeable conditions as well, which always confused me. Because some say aficionados, what's going on? Tony, Nicholas, fellow Brummy. Yeah, yam all right. Yeah, can't even do it. I've lost the accent. I was never that hardcore with the Brummy accent, but it's never left me. You will be able to hear it. Would be fitting if Lewis gets a win here in Silverstone. Absolutely it would, Nate. But I want to reserve judgment. I don't trust it. I can't buy into the Lewis Hamilton copium until evidence presents itself and makes me, you know. Can't do the old, keep the faith, Cameron. Faith, some say, is belief without evidence in real time. I can't do that. I'm an accountant, for Pete's sake. 127.9 from Alex Albon getting involved. I've yet to look at, let me touch grass and look at some visuals for a little while. I'm going to take a sip of my drink, you know. Oof. Who's this? Max. Go on then, Max. It's drying, isn't it? That's the notable thing. The clears, that the skies are clearing even. Oof, Max is getting into the groove, isn't he? I always feel privileged to see the onboard of Max. But it's the Q. Oh, he wasn't flat. He wasn't flat through Cops. It was a big lift. Says Brundle. Flat through Megats. Flat through Beckett. Oh, yeah, he's struggling a little bit. Is our Max. Piastri goes 127.6. What did we say about Piastri, chat? What did we say about a potential Oscar Piastri pole? That the racing gods owe him one. Some fortuitous circumstances, excuse me. Albon is on, it says visual. Macon Lawn, nothing wrong with quoting Herbert Morris in regard to the Hindenburg. It's iconic. I first came into contact to become the acquaintance. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Martin Brundle gives light to that. We have ourselves a plot line. Only 4th from Maximilian Verstappen. A 127.8 is near as makes no difference. Carlos Sainz currently sitting as your session lead, 127.5. Norris 127.4. Oh, the humanities. Matt's carrying damage a little bit, Brian. A little bit. By virtue of the fact that he went off in Q1. Oh, the humanity. Sainz in P1. Let's go. It's going to get a victor. I'm nervous again. All of a sudden, my stomach is doing bits. Like, what's going on? Why do you do us like this, F1? It's going to get techie out here, I'm telling you. As we go, as we head, as we approach the proper paid session in Q4. Oh, the humanity. What's wrong with me? I voted Oscar. Who else voted Oscar? 49% of it changes ever by the second, doesn't it? 49% of you said Max. 10% that said Oscar are looking quite sexy now, aren't you? You know what I mean? It's going to get, we are going to get techie and techier as we go into Q3. Oh, the humanity. Right, do me a favour and smash the like, por favor. It matters much. It means to tell the algorithm that we're not messing about here. 343 of you watching concurrently. It's going to get techie. And breathe. Max will put all these cards on the table in Q3. He's just trying not to spin off like check. Oh no, can you imagine squeaky bum time, Tony? Proper squeaky bum time, eh? Oh, the humanity. And breathe. And breathe. 411 of you watching concurrently. Do me a favour and smash the like as we approach the proper paid sessions being Q3, where these guys are going to earn their corn proper. What are we doing? Night fastest for George. Go on then, let's have a gander. Let's have a gander. Bear with me. I'm just trying to ensure we don't incur any more technical difficulties, you know what I mean? Raymond Brundle saying that this is Lucy's wasting tyres again, says Chimmy. Go on then, Chim. Let's have a gander. I think Lewis, at this point though, you've got to humble yourself if you're Lewis, right? Because you can't put it on pole unless you get through to Q3. No hint of sabotage. They've sent out George and Lewis on the set. They've got to prioritise pole here. There is no saving tyres in Mercedes, and they're simply not quick enough. Saving tyres, and then you'll end up not getting through to Q3. Currently, Alonso, that Aston Martin pace might actually be real, eh? Alonso currently sitting as your session lead, followed by Norris, Sainz, Hamilton. Alonso, 127.3 is near as makes no difference from Fernando Plan Alonso. So have a look at the speed trap times, eh? Fastest through the speed trap is the Aston Martin of Lance Stroll, 325. So too Fernando Alonso. They're quick in a straight line on the hanger straight, aren't they? These green machines, Aston Martin. Carlos Sainz goes 127.149. Currently your session lead. Oh, the humanity. Currently in the drop zone with 6 minutes 36 on the clock. One Danny Rick, Zhou Guanyu, Yuki Tsunoda, George Russell, Kingsley Norfolk, first of his name, Logan Sargent. Oh, the humanity. Lest we forget the big shocks in Q1 were, once again, I'll say shocks. I use that term very loosely because Checo Perez, once again, for the umpteenth time this season, does not make it out of Q1. Not Q2. Not that he doesn't manage to put it on pole. He doesn't even make it out of Q1. Oh, the humanity. Le crash. Keeping the wrong drivers. Is he crashed again? No, he hasn't. Say it's not so. I can't see it. I'm behind on my visual even. Leclerc surely hasn't made a mistake. As you see Brundle getting behind Oscar Piastri here, saying that a win is just around he's just around the corner for this chap. I'm telling you, put some respect on Oscar Piastri's name. Quick as anything. Jim Clark settings. Charles Leclerc currently in ninth. I haven't seen him drop off. I'm keen to see if he's off. Look at me trying to rejoice in the misery of Charles Leclerc before time. We've got to get RPM in the chin. Rocket Power is a legend though. One of the go-toest content creators. Matt, love coming here for the F1 content, bro. You're killing. Thank you so much, Matt. We're trying. Purple sector's right. I feel like the space is too devoid of a bit of personality mixed in with some edutainment, as the kids say. It's a bit straight laced and a bit drab, and we want to spruce it up and sprinkle some knowledge and impart some knowledge with some personality. It's too samey, isn't it? Lando, let's go, says Raymond. Go on then, Raymond, for your sake, but it seems like you've got some graphics in front of you. Currently in the drop zone with 4 minutes 33 seconds remaining of this, your Q2, is Danny Rick in 15th, Zhou Guanyu, Tsunoda, George Russell, Sargent, bloody Nora. Lewis put another set of tyres on. Oh my gosh, he hasn't got any left anymore, has he? But again, you've got to keep using them to ensure that you make it through to Q3 at this stage, right? You don't get through to Q3, you can't put it on pole, chap. What are we doing? So I don't hate Mercedes. As much as I'd love to rally against the Mercedes machine, call out Toto, the boy who cried wolf, I can't do that. Purple sectors, purple lap from Oscar Piastri, 126.945. It's come for vengeance, hasn't he, Oscar? The Aussie. Come to take names here. And again, he's completely right. Effect revenge against the F1 gods. They've not been too kind on the Aussie. The way up, Nico Hulkenberg, purple first sector, 28.059. But he's going yellow microsectors, isn't he? He's got to go quick because I think not quite in the drop zone, but nearly. In 10th is Nico Hulkenberg. Purple microsector, he's going to push up. He'll drop himself just behind Hamilton, I think. Nico Hulkenberg in 10th. Oh my God, purple. Nico Hulkenberg, purple. Oh, Max Verstappen reporting damage. That Red Bull car is broken. Going wide. Listen. Going wide, and you're going to incur damage, aren't you? 322. If you're watching Kokoda, do me a favour and smash the like, please. You know that it makes sense. Lando, let's go. Javier. Where's Javier? I can't even see. The chat's moving so quickly. Javier Gutierrez, the legend that is. Just a quick note to say, smash that like, subscribe if you are not. Cameron, thank you for being a great company while I drive around on my ventures. You're a legend, Javier. I appreciate you, man. Those type of messages mean the most. Genuinely. So, means a lot. Let's go, Tony Nicholas. What do you mean joining as a member? I appreciate you ad infinitum. In extremis. You guys supporting me. Listen, sometimes it gets hard out here in these content creation streets, but you guys, by virtue of your support, make it that much easier. Lando Norris goes purple, currently in your drop zone with 2 minutes remaining. Danny Rick, Tsunoda, Zhou Guanyu, Leclerc, Stroll. Oh, the humanity! Look at that. Do we see preeminent trends here? Lewis Hamilton slotting in behind one George Russell. 4 thousandths of a second in it yet again. George Russell, he doesn't want to get out qualified by Lewis at any juncture, does he? Quite frustrating that as a Lewis Hamilton fan. Go on then. Let's have a word about Max. Bloody Nora. Max is bottom 5 to drop out here, and Max finds himself in 9th. Oh, the humanity. 1 minute 19 seconds on the clock. Lewis was sabotaged to the tune of 4,000th of a second. Behave yourself. But it is a trend, isn't it? Russell pulls it out of the bag, setting a purple third sector, 23.616. Fairly clutch from George. This is becoming a trend. Go on, what's Max on? He's not going again, is he? He's going to have to go again, though. Okay, so Max in the process even of a cheeky outlap on soft Campon tyres as Alex Albon skips up the field, firmly out of position in 5th. Your top 5 for now with 30 seconds on the clock. Norris, Russell, Hamilton, Hulkenberg, Albon in 6th to 10th. Piastri, Sainz, Sargent, Alonso, Verstappen. Oh, the humanity. Max is going to have to go again. And again, he's sighting up his hot lap, isn't he? With damage to the underside of his car. Oh, the humanity. This gets techie. Over to you, Lando and Oscar, maybe. Alonso going purple on microsector. Maximilian Verstappen going green each and every single microsector. Sector 1, sector to date. Go on then. Alonso going purple as well. So you've got Alonso on a lap. Max 2. Max goes green sector 1. He's going to better this. He's looking to get through, isn't he? Alonso too, though, also looking to get through. Who else is going for it? Charles Leclerc, currently in the drop zone, 12th. But he's going to jump up here. He's going to go top 5, I think. As Oscar Piastri jumps up, 126.7, 2/10 adrift of Lando Norris, currently your session lead. Leclerc goes 7th, currently in the safe zone. All eyes on Maximilian Verstappen, however. 28 point. Carlos Sainz jumps up to 5th. Again in your drop zone, Maximilian Verstappen. Oh, the humanity. He's got to nail this lap, hasn't he, Max? No pressure, chap. No pressure. Called you out as being clutch, but let's see, mate. 320 kilometres an hour through the speed trap as Alonso jumps up to 2nd. Maximilian Verstappen needs this green micro sector. Green micro. He's going to go. He's going to be top 2, top 3 now. Watch this. Purple micro sector. Maximilian Verstappen. Only up into 6th. He's got issues as Max. Oh, the humanity. There are issues for Max Verstappen, but look, clutch again. Sector 3 from the Dutchman, the 3 soon to be 4-time champion. George Russell, bloody Nora. Lando, 126.559, enduring gain. He set that lap earlier in the session when the track was less evolved. I think that's indicative of some serious pace from the papaya-coloured team as George Russell goes 2nd, sets a purple sector. Oh my God, Charles Leclerc is indeed out of qualified. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Charles Leclerc is out in Q2. Yeah, of course. Coyote, it's techie, isn't it? Modern day journalism, yeah. Should we roll it out again? Did he make a mistake? What are we doing here? What are we doing? Jaden, thank you so much for becoming a member, sir. You're a legend. Oh, the humanity and breathe. Go on then. Your surprises thus far session to date. Out in Q1, Checo Perez. Out in Q2, modern day journalism, aka Charles Leclerc. What are we doing? Since his trajectory has done one of these with Checo Perez, right? Exactly the same, but to a lesser extent. This is a difference in extents, not kinds, between Checo Perez and Charles Leclerc as far as their trajectory. After Monaco, he's got the win and he's done one of these, hasn't he? Mistakes. Failing to get out of Q1. And again, I read an article saying that he's been brilliant season to date and he hasn't been bad. But what do we do now? F1 is a sport where what have you done for me lately is all that counts, is it not? Javier says that Merc is looking more and more like Verstappen's new ride. Javier, what are we doing here? Although he's got to take some responsibility for going off now. Gonna get techie. They're improving our Toto Wolff. Lewis to Ferrari, FFS. I know he's done it at the wrong time, right? Timing, some say, is everything in F1. Carlos Sainz Jr., the nude project. You can't just be good. You've got to be good at the right time. Your momentum needs to sync with whenever there are seats in Formula One. This is all proof positive of that. Where's Carlos Sainz going to go? Mercedes, Williams, Alpine, Saudi, yes, Saudi, that's a new name, mate. Sauber plus Audi, Saudi. 117 likes. Oh no, do me a favour and smash the like. 417 if you're watching concurrently. He may have damage. Yeah, no, he's got damage. The Red Bull bods assessed it in the garage and said that Max Verstappen has damage. But he was still able to do a purple 3rd sector, wasn't he? Or close, until George did it. Let's have a look. Yeah, so he's got the 2nd. He's still quick in sector 3. Maybe it affects his ability to go through the high-speed turns, being maggots and Beckett's. Bloody Nora, this is techie. Visual, he needs the pressure Seb brought to the table, the kind of pressure Lewis would bring. I don't think he needs that sort of pressure. I don't think that pressure is going to help him, I'll be honest with you. I think Charles will operate best when he's got a Carlos Sainz Jr. that he knows that he's quicker than. Did Stroll just destroy Leclerc? He did indeed. Stroll out qualifies Leclerc. And Fernando Alonso, by the way, another plotline that we need to keep our eyes on, reasserts his dominance over his teammate, young Padawan Lance Stroll, who will be keeping more of an eye on Wimbledon than he will Silverstone potentially. Oh my God, Lando's saying that Lewis swerved. Lando had to take Avoiding action. Yeah, I agree with Martin. Herb jockeying for this is what we're doing, right? Teeing up a hot lap. What are you gonna do, Lando? Cry me a river trap. 360 if you're watching concurrently, only 194 likes. Please do me a favour. It's free. Smash the like as we approach the proper paid sessions. It's going to get techie here as we head into Q3. Oh, the humanity. I need to press my shoulders back here. You and Mr. Peter D. Windsor are becoming biased towards Max. Mate, well, when I lean you, I speak to my own subjectivity. I like excellence. That's my prejudice and bias. And anytime I see Max put together a lap like he did in qualifying up the Austrian Grand Prix, a lap which, by the way, David Coulthard, legend of F1, or at least one-time F1 driver, race winner too, said was one of the best laps that he's ever seen. So too concurred with that sentiment did Anthony Davidson, who was a sim driver at the boys and girls from Brackley and Brixworth Mercedes. So when those guys are saying that this Maximilian Verstappen fella is doing god tier stuff, 3 soon to be 4-time champion, and I like myself a healthy dose of F1 excellence, how can I not submit to the excellence that he's putting forth each and every single time? I'm a sucker for it. I am. Up. Red Bull has got damage. Max has got damage. The soul man, as Curran takes a look at it to see where he incurred the damage, went wide, didn't he? Cheeky snap of oversteer at Cops, but look, this is the difference between the two drivers, right? Max didn't spin. That was damage that unfortunately he had to incur. Where are we looking at? Oh yeah, look at the underfloor. Wow, it's doing one of the. It should be going straight up and down. It should be curved this way, right? But the piece is curved this way. That's the damage that he's done to the car. Oh, the humanity, Max. Let's see, chap. As we are heading into ourselves, AQ3. You can't praise Hulk enough. Most underrated driver. I've always rated Hulk, I'll be honest with you. I think it's a travesty that he hasn't. No podiums for Hulkenberg. Again, looking at his career up until now, before F1, he just won every single formula that he competed in. Most of them first time round, and that speaks to him being a good sound driver, right? Can't win all the feeder formula and then I think he's been unlucky. Cars, circumstance. It's a good driver. People rate K-Mag then. What's going on here? What is 424? If you're watching concurrently, do me a favour and smash a like. As we approach ourselves Q3. Nervous. Why am I so nervous? Stally says Max might start P4. It's going to get techie, isn't it? Visual says I've probably made a total of 5 comments about him in the last 5. Gary says over 200. Right, let's go. We can get this to 300 likes, I think, by the end of Q3. It is going to get techie, though. Probably when he left the track and bounced off those rocks. Yeah, he had to do it, though. From you lose it there, you've kind of got to... You can't do a Checo Perez and end up out. Got to do a cheeky risk management calc in real time. And props to Maximilian Verstappen. He shouldn't have gone off in the first place. Of course, he's made a mistake, but it is changeable conditions. And you've got to contextualise for these things if you're going to judge it in real time on its merits. What he didn't need to do is end up beached like his underperforming teammate, formerly known as the Mexican Minister of Defense. What are we doing? Sainz is driving like a madman. And again, that's a plot line that I love. I would love nothing more than over the course of a 24 race season for Carlos Sainz to deliver on the promise that was last year, but for a cheeky malfunctioning pothole in bloody Las Vegas, he'd be 2-1 up as far as head-to-head in championships as versus Charles Leclerc, but for that bloody pothole in Las Vegas. Got to deliver upon that now, right? Got to make it right. The racing gods are smiling down upon him. He wants to feel vindicated, wants to give the heads half at Mercedes the big 2 fingers up, and I don't hate it. So you contextualise one but not the other. What are you talking about, Ollie? What else is there to contextualise, chap? Oh, Checo. Yeah, no, well, but Checo's broader context, Ollie, is this. How many times has he not got out of Q1 season to date? How many times? 7 now, says Jay, as at the time of writing. How many times has Logan Sargent out-qualified in a Williams Checo? That's the broader context, is it not, Ollie? I take your point. I will see you that. I want to raise you this. broadening it out over a longer sample size, and the case gets worse, more damning for Checo Perez. That's what I say. Would Ricciardo do better than Perez? I don't even know, Priestley, at this stage. I don't even know. I think Carlos Sainz would do better. Take that one to the bank. Using his 200 level race IQ, etc., etc. What are we doing? Lazy. The Mexican Minister of Defense was just setting up a base on... You're too wicked. Far too wicked. Sainz is literally driving to survive here. I know he's putting himself in show, right? Making a point to the likes of Christian Horner et al. I am the guy. You want to make your team stronger. I am the guy. Okay, so I will come with different stuff. Cameron, you remember the old days Las Vegas track for F1? Like a big flat pot. I know it wasn't a good... That's what made me approach the new layout with trepidation, right? We are into Q3. It's going to get techie. Rain is nothing. Nowhere to be seen. Foster says, imagine Max will get pole even with a broken gun. Mate. Foster, I would lose my SH1T. If he puts it on pole with those McLarens circling around him in the hands of Lando, I think it's unlikely now. Maybe they fix for it. Imagine they fix the underfloor, send him out, and he drops it on pole. Fudge. The review video after this will be me jumping off these walls. I'm telling you. Northbound, can we talk about how Stroll is kind of finding some consistency? And I don't even like the guy, but he's up to something. Northbound, I don't hate it. Although I feel like Alonso's had his Weetabix this morning. He's going to put he'll put Lance Stroll under manners in this Q3, this final session of Silverstone qualifying. It will get techie. Lance Stroll likes changeable conditions though, doesn't he? And he has put it on pole of sorts before. He's not a bad peddler. He's been improving. I take that point on board, Northbound. I hear you. But again, bigger sample size needed, right? Per Ollie's assertion on Checo Perez. What are you saying, Ollie? What are we doing, Ollie? Would the world explode if Ferrari fired Charles and rehired Sainz? The world would indeed explode. Can you imagine? But I don't think, based on their respective merits, as Maximilian Verstappen, oh my gosh, Maximilian Verstappen, purple, Albon doing purple microsectors. Oh my God, Maximilian Verstappen about to drop it on provisional pole here, chat. Oh my God. Maximilian Verstappen about to drop it on pole. 126.3. Chat, what are we doing? Who is he, man? Who is this chap? Oscar Piastri, there we go. 126.237. It couldn't be that easy for Max, not this time round. It's going to get techie. Let's go, Lewis, says Nate. What's Lewis doing? All eyes on Lewis. Purple, sector 1. Oh my gosh, Lando Norris goes purple. Provisional pole. Your 1, 2, 3s. Lando, Piastri, Maximilian Verstappen. Lewis now on 1. Come on, Lewis. Purple sector 1 for Lewis Hamilton, 27.918. Purple microsectors. What's his sector 2 saying? 34. Come on, Lewis. 34.8. Oh no, he's not quick enough in sector 2, is he? He's not quick enough in sector 2, is he? Go on then, Lewis. Let's be having your chap. Couple purple microsectors. Border favor. Oh my gosh, Russell's nailing it now. Look at that. Who's going to nail it between Russell and Lewis? I know where if past his prologue, I know where my money's going. Oh my gosh, Lewis goes second. 126.196. What? Go on then, George. Are you going to spoil the party again? George goes up into... Oh my gosh! George goes up into pole. WTF, George Russell of Kings Lynn, Norfolk. First of his name. Put some respect on George Russell's name. What are we doing? 126.024. Crofty takes the words right out of my mouth by 6/1000ths of a second. Andash, King George Russell of Kings Lynn, Norfolk. Put some respect on his name. First of 376 of you watching. We have ourselves a qualifying session. 5 minutes 40 seconds remaining. These guys are going to go in and put another set of soft compound tyres on and go again. Does Max steal Perez? He may as well. He may as well at this stage, right? What's the point? Jump in there, but he needs it set up. Probably got damage of himself. Lisa sabotaged. 3 bits on top, says Jaden. Oh, what is going on here? This is bonkers. Seems like there is a stream delay on YouTube. I'm delayed. No, I'm delayed. I'm a bit behind you guys on my visual. But again, the sadists of you get to experience. You'll see it before I do and get to see my reaction in real time. Oh my gosh. Okay, look. Quick sense check now. As we head into the final stages, the burning embers of Q3, we have ourselves a proper qualifying session. Currently on provisional pole is George Russell of Kingsley, Norfolk, first of his name with a 1:26.024, 6,000th down the road is one Lando Norris. Hamilton in third, again getting roundly out qualified. 2/10 this time between Russell and Hamilton. What is going on? Is Lewis forced to confront his own mortality? And I said already, if George out qualifies Lewis at Canada, bearing in mind Lewis has won just as many times around Canada as he has won championships, that we're going to have ourselves a conversation. And now the same thing. I put forth the same thesis. If George Russell out qualifies Lewis Hamilton roundly around Silverstone on a damp track, we need to have ourselves a conversation. Why? Well, because Lewis Hamilton is god tier around this track. This is his home track. 10,000 hours worth of deliberate practice and all. What are we doing? He's brilliant around here. And George Russell looks like he's going to out-qualify him again. Oh, the humanity. What are we doing? You see why I put George Russell in the pole vote earlier, right? And not Lewis Hamilton. But maybe Lewis can still, we've still got time. I think Lewis gave George a toe. Did he, Jaden? I need to go and check it out. Tony, 3 Brits on top. I'll take that. Look at that. That's not bad. Alex Albon 2 in there. Being the Anglo tie. Bloody Nora. Yeah, that's quite a grid, isn't it? Although I think there's some stuff in this. I think there's some racing still to be done this Q3. My spidey senses are tingling. My hands are sweaty. Palms are sweaty. Mom spaghetti. Yeah, butcher that, Cameron. Why don't you? Go on. Have another go, Cameron. See if you can get it right this time. Oh, the humanity. Palms are sweaty. Mom spaghetti. B Rabbit 8 Mile. Put some respect on his name. What are you doing? Bruce Dog, remember you can show your support for free by smashing the like button. Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. Bruce Dog, moderator extraordinaire. Vladius L8 slid in the last sector, so he made himself a mistake. Let's have a look at his 23-4. Not the last sector. He's Lewis's sector 3 time he's all right. I think where he made a mistake is in sector 2. That's where he's lacking time. 2/10 shy of George Russell. Lewis will need to improve his sector 2 time. And then he could be onto something, right? Had he matched George's sector 2, he could have been on pole. Lewis has lost all his time in sector 2. And breathe, chat. Candidate George can, and I dare say will out-qualify Sir Lewis, but can he outrace him? Oh, candidate, so ridiculous. Oh my God, and breathe. Holy smoke. So how do you like your F1 chat? When it's like this, it feels, compare and contrast, right? When it's like this, it's just God tier, like the stakes and uncertainty and don't know what the outcome's going to be, and it's techie and it's like chaos. As versus in stark contrast, the first quarter of the season when it was just the Max Verstappen stuff, it's different now, right? Different. Very, very different. And I'm here for it each and every single time. Go on and let's have a gander. Let's have a cheeky gander. I'm nervous. Do me a favour and smash the like, please, because this is going to get chaotic. Fastest for the speed trap, by the way, are still the green machines of Lance Stroll and Fernando Alonso, 3.25. And again, that speaks to them having a lower downforce. Set up top 3 Brits nightmare, says to Macon. Thought dog dupe was jelly. Put it in my belly. Now breathe is my... Oh my God, that's disgusting, Macon. Right, let's go. Oscar Piastri is going to be the last. Oh, that's interesting. As the track continues to evolve, that one Oscar Piastri is going to be last over the line. This is going to get techie, chat. I'm so bloody nervous here. Oh, how do you like your F1 chat? Nervous. I can't cope. That's a great lineup. What happened to Checo? What happened to Checo, Troy? What always happens to Checo? You make it more interesting. I'm properly, my heart's beating. You're not going to have to phone the emergency services here. 1 minute remaining, says James. Go on then. All eyes on who's coming round. Oscar Piastri is going to be last of the late breakers, right? And he's got a toe, hasn't he? Lance Stroll purple. Level of track evolution speaks to that. 27.892. Quickest first sector. Oh my God, track evolution, chat. That's what we're dealing with here. Everybody's going purple sector 1. Max made an error. Yeah, so too did Checo Perez. God. Come on, then. All eyes on Hulkenberg purple. Oh, my God. This is chaos. All right, Max. Oh, my God. Max has gone yellow, sector 1. No. No, Max. 28.1 from Max Verstappen. He's lingering yellows. He's going to have to improve. And again, Hulkenberg going quicker. Oscar Piastri for pole, chat. Watch this. Oscar Piastri doesn't even need to go balls out, right? Because he's approaching the track when it's at its very quickest. Oh my gosh, 34.587 sector 2 from Max Verstappen. He's struggling, isn't he? Although he's going purple microsector. What's Crofty talking about? The top 5 absolutely haven't done a purple sector, but the track should be evolving. Come on, where's Oscar? Oh yeah, Oscar yellow. Jeez, something's happening to the track, chat. Not looking good. Max Verstappen goes into 4th only. Oh, the humanity. Wow. Nobody's going quicker. Lewis Paul 125990. What is going on? Oh my. 125990. Who else? Is anybody in position to? Oh shoot, George Russell. George Russell's on pole, 125.819. Oh my gosh. Beats his teammate again. Yet again. By 2 tenths. What the fudge? Bloody Nora, George. What are we doing here? That is bonkers. It looks like a Mercedes lockout. Oh, the humanity. Lando Norris has sacked it off. No one else did better laps other than the 2 Mercedes. Crofty citing again. British 1, 2, 3 for the first time ever at Silverstone. And breathe. Oh my days. What is going on? Is Mercedes back? PY right? Wow. Imagine the conversations that Max Verstappen is going to be having with his team principal, Red Bull. 2 things Max Verstappen said he needs. Harmony at the team. Sabotage his visual. Wow. Indeed, Priestley. Mate. And Ash. Your boy done well, eh? Yet again. 2 tenths down the road as near as makes no difference from Lewis. Sabotage. This is what they will say. Sabotage. But look, they've given him everything, right? The same tyres, the same strategy, all the way through qualifying. Sabotage is a reach now. Bloody Nora. Keen to see what Lewis says in the press pen afterwards. They have not won the race yet, Starley agreed. Allow me to celebrate, Starley. Allow me to celebrate though, just a little bit. Northbound, yabba dabba doo. Mate, I hate that celebration, northbound. Hate it. Almost as bad as Esty Bestie. Cringeworthy. Almost got my prediction right, says Brian. Mate, I did. Something happened, right? It's interesting that Mercedes were the only ones to improve going through to the last phase at King George. Called it, Andash. Bloody Nora, thanks for that. Andash. King George Russell of Kings Lynn, Norfolk, first of his name. Put some respect on it. Pole position, 125.8. The only 2 cars, Brundle says, into the 125s. Oh, the humanity. We have ourselves a race and it's going to get tacky. Sabotage, says Tyder. It's going to get techie, right? We have ourselves a race tomorrow. These lot are going to kill it. Max Verstappen only in 4th. Lando Norris in 3rd. Oscar Piastri in 4th. Ferrari languishing in 7th and 11th respectively with Sainz and Leclerc. Stroll out qualifies Alonso too. Albon is the meat in an Aston Martin sandwich. I don't even know what is going on. Malcolm, you're far too generous and kind, sir. I can lose in my mind. I promised you and the missus a small meal if Mark got front row lockout a few races ago. Today we crashing. Love your content, bro. Keep it up. So Lewis is back. Let's go, Malcolm. I don't hate it, but for me, I'd love to see that dude on pole. I'm worried. Probably not the time for me to talk in negative terms. We should be celebrating this, particularly as a Brit, particularly as a fan of Mercedes. Look at me. How disparaging have I been about Mercedes and Toto, the bright boy who cried wolf? Take it all back immediately. Mercedes, what kind of turnaround is this? It's going to be a wet race. Is it, Daniel? Jeez. I mean, if it's a wet race, Lewis will be doing his rain dance, eh? Like, it'll go well. If it's changeable conditions, you can expect Lewis Hamilton to contend at the very least. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And breathe, Cameron. What are we doing? How do I summarise that? What am I going to say in my review video now? Bloody Nora. Lando looks cheesed off. Missed opportunity. Now Lewis got pole yesterday. Oh my gosh, Jaden. True, I really don't know what to say. This result for Lewis is great, but it still stings that it was his teammate that bit. Absolutely. Go Mercedes, says Darko. If Lewis and George fight hard tomorrow, I hope not, says Stiley. They're going to fight hard. I think it can't help them. So they're racing drivers, eh? They're going to fight hard. Oh my gosh. It's a wet race. Stiley says 100% Lewis Hamilton. Aldo, Lewis on the phone to Ferrari tomorrow. Yeah, we ain't got this. We ain't got this in the back. I mean, the timing of everything, eh? Toto waving the contract at max extra high, Vladis. This is going to be the conversation. We're going to keep talking about this ad infinitum over the next between now and the end of the season. Are you not entertained? Says Bakker. Are you not entertained? In the Maximus, I can't remember his surname. The Maximus voice. Spain 2016 incoming. What is going on? I'm going to have to make a review video in a minute and I don't know what to say. Listen, bro, Hamilton's car is slower than Russell. They will not let him win to... Oh, but God, behave yourself, Roddy. Behave yourself. Now isn't the time for the tinfoil hattery. There are easier ways. Let me say this, Roddy, very quickly for the avoidance of doubt. He's slithering. Harry Potter reference settings. Visual. Lucy's worried about 2025. He's got to be worried. Ferrari are nowhere. Need to open sign. Now more than ever, it's important that they sign Adrian Newey, right? They need every help that they can get. Ferrari. Let me address let me address this now. Is there not easier ways if you want to sabotage Lewis Hamilton? There are easier ways. F1 is proper skullduggery. These guys are god tier, man. There's easier ways. Maximilian will somehow win this race, says Jaden. Spain 2016. I know that could happen. Not beyond the realms of possibility, eh? Or to play for tomorrow. Wet race. Max or Lewis. Oh my God. Jomo, the legend moderator extraordinaire. I'm stunned again, except this time it's becoming old hat. The new of it is worn off. Or the newness of it is worn off. I know. George 2/10 down the road. George went purple sector 2, purple sector 3. You know what my review video is going to be about now, isn't it? Lewis Hamilton confronting his own mortality. DC says, on to the forever long Lewis Hamilton. Don't know about all that, mate. Wearing his centre hat. Lewis says, first off, big fans to this incredible crowd. Don't care, I'll be honest with you. Mate, I want to see you on pole, chap. Kudos to George. This is becoming he just reads his script, eh? Just read this script out every single race. Lewis 11-2 season to date, including qualifying, is the head-to-head qualifying record between George Russell, first of his name, and Sir Lewis, Carl Davidson, Hamilton. What are we talking about? Got to have a better start, Jim. I agree with you. He's got to be perfect. Hamilton for his ninth, for his nice Silverstone win if there's rain. Potentially, Tony. I feel a bit shell-shocked. Why do I feel shell-shocked? I feel like in this, I'm having to confront my own mortality. Like, my guy now in Lewis Hamilton is getting roundly out-qualified. He's getting his butt handed to him. What are we doing? Sharrison, thank you for... No, Sharrison, you're a legend. Proper legendary status. Malcolm Simpson, sir, also a legend. Oh, the humanity. I don't know what to do about this. I'm not a Lewis Hamilton fan. But it's awesome to have him back holding him. I agree with you, North Band. I will take that positive. It is awesome to, as it was last race, right? Like I want to see him back up there. Rorschach, Hamilton inside on Cops tomorrow. How exciting was that? Just a little bit, guy. And that's as I told you, Cam. The new King George, first of his name, put some respect on it. Vladis says he will lose P3 to Max with another bottled star. Oh my God. On the grid, right, so your lineup, the runners and riders for tomorrow. On pole, 125.819, George Russell, now saying how good the car's feeling. Kamalev in quali. Hamilton, 125.9, 2 tenths of drift as near his mates and the difference of his teammate. King George Russell first of his name, Norris in third, Verstappen down in fourth because, more than likely, of that damage to the underside, the Venturi tunnels. Piastri, Hulkenberg, Sainz in seventh, Stroll, Albon, Alonso. Alonso gets out qualified again by Lance Stroll. What's the gap? Alonso must have made a mistake, eh? Bloody Nora, 3/10 between the Aston Martin pair. Sainz out qualifies Leclerc yet again. 27.0. Half a second between them two. Oh, the humanity. And breathe. Three British drivers inside the top three. Tomorrow is going to be chaos. We will be back as always. 30 minutes before lights out tomorrow. This is going to get techie. I am going to need to have myself a cold bath right now because I'm just shaking. How do you like your F1? How do you like your F1? Stakes, uncertainty, rivals, intra-team battles between teammates, old lions trying to fend off younger ones, in Lewis Hamilton trying desperately and failing sadly for the 11th time this season to out-qualify King George Russell of Kings Lynn, Norfolk, first of his name. We're back later on, I think, for a cheeky 8 p.m. stream, 30 minutes before before the race tomorrow. Oh, the humanity. It will be techie. Forgive them, Lord, for they know not what they do. But I digress. Ah.